तो भाई हम जा रहे हैं अभी डबलिन में। रूम में वॉशरूम ब्रेक के लिए आया था, अरे वॉशरूम के लिए आया था। 2-3 घंटे का ड्राइव रहेगा डबलिन का। अभी जो डबलिन है वो है रिपब्लिक ऑफ आयरलैंड में, तो वहाँ जा रहे। अभी गाड़ी 2-3 घंटा जो ट्रिप है वहाँ पहुँचने का, तो शायद बीच में रोके ना रोके वॉशरूम के लिए, इसलिए मैं रूम में आ गया। सामान तो नीचे रख दिया है रिसेप्शन में, बस अभी ये चाबी वाबी लेके चेकआउट करते। ये ले लिया चाबी, अभी इधर हो जाएगा अंधेरा। सब बंद हो जाएगा ना। गया, देखो गया, अभी धीरे धीरे सब बंद हो जाएगा। बंद हो गया, चाबी निकाल लिया ना मैंने। तो भाई मेरे पीछे जो आप देख रहे हैं ये मेरा होटल था बेलफास्ट में। मैंने अभी तक ये पूरे टूर में होटल बाहर से नहीं दिखा है, कोई नाम भी नहीं बता पाया। तो ये होटल था मेरा बेलफास्ट में, क्राउन प्लाजा या क्राउन प्लाजा जो भी बोलते हैं। यहाँ भाई ठंडी भी है और बारिश भी हो रही है। यहाँ से जाएंगे डबलिन, वो तो मैं बता ही चुका हूँ, और फिर बताता हूँ। आज हम बॉर्डर पार करेंगे, शायद पासपोर्ट पे स्टैम्प भी लग जाए, क्योंकि अब जाएंगे रिपब्लिक ऑफ आयरलैंड, जो पूरा एक अलग कंट्री है। और यूके के अंदर मैंने आपको 3 कंट्री बताया था, लेकिन 4 कंट्री आता है। मैं एक कंट्री भूल गया क्योंकि मैं वहाँ गया ही नहीं, तो याद ही नहीं आया। एक देखो, एक इंग्लैंड आता है, फिर स्कॉटलैंड आता है, ठीक है, फिर नॉर्दर्न आयरलैंड आता है, और एक मैं जहाँ नहीं गया वो है वेल्स। तो 4 कंट्री आता है यूके में। और ये जो है रिपब्लिक ऑफ आयरलैंड अलग आता है, उसमें आता है डबलिन और ये सब। तो यूके वीज़ा में आप ये 4 कंट्री घूम सकते हो। और अभी तो आप अगर फाइल में रखते हो कि साथ में डबलिन भी जाना है, तो वो लोग अंदर ये ऐसा ये कर लेते हैं कि आपको वहाँ भी जा सके, वरना वहाँ जाने के लिए अलग ये लगता है, क्योंकि वो अलग कंट्री है पूरा, ठीक है। बाकी है बढ़िया, मज़ा आ रहा है। अभी 2 ही दिन बचे टूर के, एक नंबर ट्रिप रही लिए। थोड़ा बारिश भी आ रहा है। मैं जहाँ रहता हूँ गुजरात में, या जहाँ पे है काम करना है जो, तो और पहले मैं जा रहा था करजत, तो हर जगह बारिश से बहुत भर गया है, मानो जैसे पूर आ गया हो। तो वैसा हुआ, इतना बारिश है, फ्लडिंग जैसा हुआ है। अलर्ट है 4 दिन के लिए, कॉलेज स्कूल सब बंद रखा है, ऐसा मुझे न्यूज़ मिला है। और मैंने कुछ वीडियोस भी देखे तो उससे पता चला। बाकी दिन बढ़िया है, मज़ा आ रहा है, एक नंबर।
Cloaks, they're all fairly simple to work. They go on over the shoulder. You gotta take the buckles, and you gotta cross them over the chest in an X. So turn around for me. Over the chest in an X, and then you will clip it behind the back. So come back here. All right. And then it looks like that. When it's over the chest and under the arms, it means that you can run around and frolic with the cloak on and look majestic as you do it.
भाई अब आ रही है ना गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स की फील। हम पहुंच गए भाई विंटरफेल, जहाँ पे गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स का शूटिंग हुआ था। ये अभी दे दिया है, अंदर वो आयरन थ्रोन भी है। ये पहन लिया, अभी तलवार ले गए, बैंड ही बढ़िया था। मुझे ही पहना है पहला। हाँ, मज़ा आ रहा है। अब हम जा रहे हैं भाई तलवार लेने, और यहाँ पे है आयरन थ्रोन, यहाँ का फेमस। ये देखो
Swords.
और ये रही तलवार। ओ भाई, ये देखो तलवार। वाह, तो भाई गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स के जितने भी फैंस हैं आपके लिए एक्सक्लूसिव भाई, विंटरफेल कासल जो दिखा था गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स के 3 सीजन में, यहीं पे शूट हुआ है। 1 साल से ज़्यादा ये लोग एक्टर्स या बेलफास्ट में रहते थे, यहाँ आते थे शूटिंग करने। यही जगह है सारी, देख लो। मैंने तो क्लॉथ भी पहन लिया, ये भी ले लिया, और वो आयरन थ्रोन भी देख लिया।
And then what happens is by the time you get through 3.5 years of Thrones, there is a rebellion that happens within the show, and there is damage done to the castle in the form of fire and rubble and rebellion and all that. Now, of course, this is a listed and protected property, so the people who run this estate weren't too keen on us burning the place down. So we had to leave. And what we did is a field was bought on the north side of Belfast. They rebuilt the castle there, and then we burnt it down. And then we did that around 5 more times over the next 8 years, give or take. We're really good at burning castles down, would you believe it? But as well as that, we then also get to see some of our main characters coming through. So this is a fella here known as Jaime Lannister. Again, none of you. So some of you are familiar with the show, yeah? Grand. Oh, you lied to me then. That's what I'm hearing. Well, in that case then, if you know Jamie, well then you'll know where he was going the very first time we ever met him. Do any of you remember?
Yes, we have not watched it actually very keenly. We have not watched.
You've watched a bit of it, yeah. That's all right. That's fine.
No, it is endlessly going, no? So
it is, yeah. No, it is. It's quite long, yeah. That's fine.
Very long
But look,
series.
Jamie here, Jamie's doing well for himself. He's young, he's handsome, he's full of confidence, and he has both of his hands. All right, bear that in mind if you go back and watch the show. But when we see him here, he's off to go find his brother Tyrion. And at this point, Tyrion is in the brothel of Winterfell, making use of the facilities, as we would say. Now, obviously, again, the people who run this estate, they're quite prudish. They didn't want a brothel on site, but it didn't matter. The place was already paid for, and they were going to do it anyway. So they needed somewhere to put it, and so they decided that this lovely little building right here was the best choice for it. That is a lovely little Airbnb. You can rent that and you can stay in it. And at no point will they ever mention that it was used as the brothel of Winterfell, but I can assure you, as seen from the direction that Jamie is walking, it absolutely is. All right? And they don't want you to tell anybody about it as well. So I encourage you to tell absolutely everyone. All right? Now, as well as that, you'll also notice this structure here, and it's directly behind you there. This is the Briars. Now, we never see a shot of Winterfell or outside of the courtyard in this direction, but it's nice to see behind the scenes. And what we do see here is, as well as the crew walking through and doing their own thing, we do see that although the camera has called cut, this fella hasn't even stopped in order to light himself up a cigarette. This fella's also got his glasses back on as well. And I like to see those little humanizing bits when people break character and immediately switch back to reality. But what we also see is all of the detail on the ground. This is all straw, dirt and sand. Now, the inner courtyard of Winterfell. So, again, covered in all the straw, dirt and sand, you can see that there already. But what we have is this huge structure right here. Now this was massive, a physical construction. It went from the edge of this building here, the entire way across to the second door right there. So a massive chunk of the courtyard was directly cut off. And the reason for it is it was to hide this building, because we didn't have any use for it. It was too ugly to use. So we figured that hiding it would probably be a better idea. But it also adds to the illusion of Winterfell, that there is more to be discovered. If we put a large archway in there, suddenly there's more castle. There's something beyond it as opposed to a corner. And so it gives us an idea of scale in that regard. You'll also see that we have this fella here, and he is a falconer, and he is controlling a lovely snowy barn owl. All right. Now in the show, one of the most famous birds that we find in it are the ravens, or the three-eyed ravens. The ravens are used to carry messages, and the three-eyed ravens are seen as mystical creatures. They also carry omens with them as well. And so for that reason, they tried to use ravens early in the show. They thought that it would be a more authentic experience for it. So they brought them in, and they decided, those birds, 3 of them in particular, decided that the top of that tower was far more interesting than anything else that was happening up here. So the falconer spent his first day trying to get them back by climbing that tower, and when he went up to go get them, the birds decided that this building looked even better, so they went over there instead. Exactly. So for that reason, they decided perhaps we'll change and use an owl instead, because they're more obedient. They do exactly what the camera needs them to do. They just want fed. They're easy to work with. So what they do here is they then use 7 layers of CGI. And they then apply everything onto it to create this backdrop instead. So again, we have our Round Towers of Scotland in, and then we have the Tower House here copied directly into the back. We've gotten rid of the falconer because we no longer need him. It's as simple as that.
एक नंबर behind the scene दे रहे भाई, मजा आ रहा है मुझे तो.
I want you to stand here and you're gonna look this way. That's it, so standing here, looking this way. And the reason I've got you there is because you're now stood where the Stark family was to meet Robert Baratheon as he arrives into Winterfell. So we see the back of the tower here. You'll notice that there's actually a wooden structure here that's been built over the top of the toilets, used to completely obscure that. You now see the full extent of the green screen as well, and then of course the heads of the Stark family here, but I'll show you that in better detail in a moment. Now, again, we need our CGI. They use another 7 layers here, but this time it creates what I think is the best shot of Winterfell that was done. And by taking the tower and simply just flipping it onto its back, we then have the grand entrance itself.
Oh,
There's the difference. It's fairly shocking, isn't it? But it's really well done. One person we do like to point out though, however, is this fella right here. This is Christian, or his character name is Hodor. And he is from Belfast, and that's why we're proud of him. He never applied for the role of Hodor. He was simply picked out of a crowd, quite literally. For he was on his way to Tesco to go buy a pint of milk when the executives drove past him in the car, deciding who would play this role. And when they saw the size of him, they went, Jesus, that fella right there, let's go ask him. So they went and got him. They asked him, do you want to be in the show? And he went, dead on, mate, I'll do that, no bar. Where am I going?
He's paid well?
Sorry?
He's paid well?
He was paid well. He was paid so well that when he finished the show, like any true Irishman, he did what all of our hearts intend. He bought his favourite bar.
तो यहाँ पे जो शूटिंग हुई थी वो सबके शॉट लगाए हुए थे. देखो ये है, फिर ये सब शायद यूज़ हुआ आर्चरी. फिर और क्या है, ये भाई ये फ्लैग का पूछ लेते, कुछ मिल जाए तो. ये तो नहीं दे रहे लोग, ये बढ़िया पेन है मैंने, पर नहीं दे रहे लोग. और यह सामने थ्रोन है, तो वहाँ पे खींच लिया फ़ोटो.
We will leave that.
निकाल दिया भाई, बढ़िया, मज़ा आ गया.
लंदन की बात ही कुछ और है.